Philippines was one of the richest countries of Asia during the 90s, richer than China, Japan, and even Korea. But today, the poverty is everywhere. 17 million Filipinos can't even provide their need, like food, water, or a place to sleep. This is why I decided to give you everything I know for free to start a business and make between 100,000 and 300,000 pesos per client working from Philippines. This is literally what I make. You can verify the number, and I'm already famous in France, Switzerland, Canada, Belgium, as you can see. I have nothing to sell you, so in this video I will give you everything my clients pay 300,000 pesos. If you have a business or you plan to start a business, then this video is for you. I will learn you everything about marketing to sales from Philippines, online or even with a physical business. In the next 30 minutes listening to me, you will be able to learn how to make more than 100,000 pesos from your business. Make sure to stay until the end because I will give you all my templates and all my secret documents. The first thing you have to understand is you sell value. What is value? Value is a change or a transformation in the life of your client. For example, it can be a change of knowledge. You are good in a skill like marketing and you will learn it to your client exactly like I do. You can do online class, online coach, personal trainer, language teacher, or even sell a course. It's everything about teaching to change knowledge. Second, you can change the mental state of your clients. Example, a client is sad, you can make them happy by selling ice cream. And third, you can change their belief. Sometimes clients don't really believe something, but they want to pay you to help them believe this. It will be done for you services, what I call agency model. So for example, you will do AI automation for your client, you will create a website for your client. People are lazy to change their own home to make it better, but they want an expert like you to prove them that you can feel better in a better space. Your life will feel better when your home looks as unique as you. If we are on the change of mental state, you can for example be a coffee shop. The transformation you sell is the person feel relaxed and productive. Exactly like, you know, Starbucks overpriced coffee, but you feel relaxed, you feel productive, you can work there. If you sell a spa or massage place, the transformation you sell is stress leaves the body of your client. If you are a barber shop, what you sell is confidence. The men feel clean, sharp, and attractive. If you are a nail salon or a beauty place, self-care, femininity, and the fact, wow, I feel so beautiful, so guapa, so maganda. If you sell a dance class, what you feel is probably joy or expression, like I feel lighter and free in my life. Now I think you understand what I mean when I say you sell change. You change the life of people with what you sell, even if you sell something as simple as a coffee or a massage. For example, a gym coach or personal trainer will change first the knowledge of their client, they will change their belief, capable of transforming my body, and finally you will change their mental state. For example, I feel better in my body, I have more motivation, more adrenaline during workout, so they feel better in their body and in their life. And more you are able to sell change, more you can let people pay you expensive price. Now something very interesting is most Filipino spend more than 4 hours per day on their phone or laptop. Imagine 4 hours per day. And we can see that 23% of Filipino spend more than 7 hours a day on a screen and 39% more than 3 hours. So imagine if you used these 3 to 7 hours a day to make money. You will be able to make literally between 100,000 and 500,000 pesos per month directly in your pocket. But the first thing to change it is to change your mindset. If you say, I will never be rich just because I come from a poor family, then you are finding yourself excuses rather than solutions. So You are watching me on a phone or a laptop or maybe an iPad, and it means you can make money online. If you have a phone, it's enough. So if you believe you can't be rich, you won't. But if you believe you can learn skills that will help you to make money, then you will make money. I'm absolutely convinced about it. It's all about your confidence and all about your skills. Second, you have to be comfortable with asking for money. If you believe that 10,000 pesos or 100,000 pesos is a lot and too much for you, then you will always feel shy when you have to ask for money, and you will never be rich because you can't even attract something you are afraid of. So be very comfortable with big amount of money. And stop to believe that rich people are greedy or evil. It's completely wrong. It's just that they have more skills than you and they are paid for the worth of their work. More you have skills, more you will be paid a lot by your clients. Exactly like I do. I offer a big change to my clients. So because I help people, because I change lives, I know that it's normal that I deserve this money. 1 million peso in revenue is very easy to earn, and you are undervaluing yourself if you think that it's impossible. Too much Filipino, I hear, tell me, oh, 1,000 pesos is a lot, I feel uncomfortable. Stop. It's not so much. You have to believe that it's okay if people pay you this amount of money if you give them a good service or a good product in exchange of this. It's just an exchange of value. Your product or service have a value and people are ready to pay you for this. Also, stop to think I should work hard during years and years just to make a small amount of money and maybe reach success. People can start a business and make 10 million pesos in revenue the very first year. Why? Because they have the good knowledge. It's all about your knowledge, not about the time or how hard you work. You have to stop believing that hard work is important. It's smart work which work. And if you watch this video entirely, you will learn how to work smart to attract clients and to sell more. So you have to learn skills. You have to learn how to create systems that multiply your money and your results. And especially if you sell a service to other countries like I do, it's very easy to be paid 100,000 pesos for only one client or only 1 month. Because for countries like USA, it's literally nothing to pay 100,000 pesos to you. But even if you watch this video and you have a business in Philippines, the secret is still the same. You need a high profit business. For example, you will sell a drink to 120 peso and this drink costs you only 20 peso to make. So you have 100 peso in profit and you can reinvest this money in marketing or to get employees that will work for you. But if you sell, for example, at only 30 peso, your drink that costs 20 peso, then what will happen? You will be always a slave of your own business. This is why try to up your profit as much as possible, even if you have a physical business. Which business should I start if I didn't start yet? If you speak English and you have no budget, I recommend you online business like agency. We sell to other countries like USA, like France, like British, because if you learn a specific skill like content creation, watching YouTube videos and trying with yourself, you can set price like between 50,000 and 500,000 peso per client and sell to other countries. If you have just one client a month, you have enough money for yourself and all your family. And you can even try to get not only one, but many clients per month. Even if you stop this business one day, you will also keep all these skills for yourself. It can be content creation, it can be marketing, it can be the fact to be able to create a website. So it's very important for you today to learn a lot of skills, and this video you are watching will learn you the basics of all the skills you need to attract clients for your business. And that's exactly the question. How do I attract clients with this business? How do I find my client? And personally, my favorite strategy is to use social media. Because today, clients, it's very hard to convince them. Clients, they doubt about you if they don't know you. So the use of social media make a relationship between you and your client. Your client trusts you from your content. You can publish on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. And what I recommend you is to spend 1 hour a day creating content. What we saw earlier is Filipinos spend more than 3 hours a day on their phone. So if you spend just 1 hour per day trying to create content about your business, you can attract automatically clients who already trust you and are already ready to pay you. What you have to understand is the unique content offer. If people who follow you love your content because your content helps them, you publish better content than other businesses, then people will also value your offer. I give you a lot of value, so if I wanted to sell something, I could. I don't sell anything, I swear. But if I wanted, I would be able, I think, to make at least 100,000 pesos from asking money to people. At the end of the video, I could say, okay, I have this to pay, but no worries, I don't have anything to sell. So understand that content is gap. You create a change, a transformation, even with your free content you share on social media. So it can be a change of mentality, it can be a change of knowledge, and it can be a change of mental state when people look at your content. Your hook is the first sentence of every content you make. You have to grab attention in less than 3 seconds because people's attention are very bad. They always scroll like this. You have to stop their attention. First, you can create a knowledge gap. Knowledge gap is creating curiosity by showing that your video will learn you new things, exactly like I did. I did by saying that this video have a lot of value and will learn you to have a lot of results. So you understood that this video will learn you new things that you don't know. There is a belief gap. You try to change the mindset of the people and you try to destroy a common belief that people have currently in your audience. And finally, it can be the mood. People are sad, they are demotivated, and your video will try to motivate them or to make them smile, for example. Your content needs value. It can be a valuable insight or advice. It can be a dopamine spike. It can be a concrete help on a topic. Your content are really high value. And finally, all your content need CTA. What is CTA? It's call to action. Call to action means you ask people to make an action. For example, comment this word and I send you a free video. It can be DM me and I will help you. It can be click on the link in bio to pay my service. Maybe you ask yourself, but I don't know how the algorithm of social media work, and I will explain it to you. First, your video is always shown to 100 to 200 people that don't know you to test your video. If these people react positively, your video will earn points. It's a bit like a video game. So if your video is good, the algorithm will show your video to more people. That can be future clients. The algorithm mostly verify if strangers stay on your content until the end. Okay, but now how can I make sure that people stay on my video and watch my content entirely? The secret is to use strong hook. Remember, hook is the first sentence of your content to attract attention. You have to create a huge curiosity in less than 3 seconds, so people won't be able to leave your video until the end. And I will show you now many different types of hook you can use at the beginning of your videos. First, you can use the hook, stop this. You will change the knowledge and the mentality of the people. Stop believing that behavior is normal. Stop confusing A with B. Stop wasting your time with activity. Stop hiding the problem behind this excuse. Stop minimizing the importance of this. It can be controversial hook, like in 2026, it's time to end this habit. Stop trusting this person or this source. Do not watch this video if you are this type of person. You are not going to like hearing this, but brutal truth. It can be storytelling hooks about something that happened to you. I refused opportunity and it was the best decision of my life. I was publicly humiliated because of error. I dared to do risky actions and here is what happened. So you just tell something very surprising that happened in your life and which is related a bit to your business. It can be opinions. You can really give your very specific opinion on social media. For example, this video will anger some people, but I have to say it. We should ban this practice. Everyone tell you A, but me I think that B. It drives me crazy that people continue to do bad habits. I'm convinced that, and then you just say your opinion. It can be also opposition. For example, common misconceptions versus reality. It can be this thing in Philippines versus this thing in other countries like USA. It can be old practice versus new practice. It can be common approach versus best practice approach. And it can be appearance versus the secret reality. It can be also before versus after. So how to go from X to Y in only a month of time. It can be you are not using tool correctly. You don't understand anything about subject. So your goal is really to shock the people with the first sentence of your hook. This is why you can't reach goal. This is why I'm focusing entirely on quality in my business. This is why popular method no longer works. Here is why trending tool doesn't change anything. You can also do list 5 brutal advice about my subject. 5 creative ways to do goal. It can be a specific event. For example, in New Year, it's a good moment to make a lot of videos like the 2026 year is not for X but for this goal. If you want to make this year the best of your life, you must do what I say. The New Year is the best time for this. So when you make videos about a specific event, it tends to work really well. And finally, you can make videos about secrets. Like there is something that 99% of people don't know about my sector or my business. First, let's take the example. You want to start an online offer. Your offer cost is 100,000 peso. You are like an agency. You create a website with the app Framer. Framer is an app to create a beautiful website like this. Your step 1 is to create a profile on social media about your business, exactly like this person did. It's someone who sells a website like you could do. And as you can see, this person attracted potential clients with social media. Your step 2 is to take inspiration from your competitors to find content to attract clients. You will watch all your competitors, you will watch which content work from them, and you will literally copy the same, maybe with your personality, but you copy what works from your competitors. Step 3, you have to call your client to actions. So you will make call to actions in your story, in your videos to say, hey, click on my link in bio so we can call together and we can talk about your project or I can help you with your business, something like this. For this, you have to create an account on call.com, exactly like this. Call is the app I use so my client can schedule a call with me. You just have to put this link on your Instagram bio, Facebook bio, and people will click on it to schedule a call with you on Google Meet or other apps. Step 5, at the beginning you have no client, no follower. So you have to create a lot of videos, and if you have free time you can also try to send 100 email and messages per day to businesses that could be interested with working with you. The expected result of this is after 1 month, your goal with this is to get your first client that will pay you 50K at the beginning and 50K when the client receives your website. It's actually pretty easy. You just have to create good content on social media, taking inspiration of what works for other people. And if you have time, also to send a lot of prospection messages and prospection email to make them a beautiful website which converts their clients. But now let's imagine that you have a physical business in Philippines. For example, a flower shop. Your first step is to optimize your Google My Business. You know Google My Business? It's Google Map. On Google Map, you find a lot of business. And it's very important to have this when you have a physical business because people literally search you on internet and then they find you through Google My Business. So you have to make beautiful pictures and to ask clients for good reviews so you can be the first. Your second step is to create a lot of content in social media, but not only pictures, a lot of videos also, because it's with the videos that you connect. So just follow other physical business and adapt famous trends of social media to your own business. Use follow-up strategies, because I noticed I bought many times flowers, but I never get a follow-up. It's very important to do it, because let's imagine a guy pay in 2024 flowers for his girlfriend's birthday. If you send a DM to this person for Valentine's Day or 1 year later, this person can buy again flowers maybe. So it's very important to talk again to your clients at least one time every 6 months when there is a big event like Valentine's Day for flower shop, because the person could buy again for a simple message. It costs you literally maybe 10 seconds to send. So try to send 100 of messages to your old clients to ask if they will buy again maybe your service or your product. Also, you have to grow your lifetime value. What is the lifetime value? It's how much your client will pay you for all his life. For example, when a client comes in Starbucks for the first time, in average, this person will pay 100,000 pesos in Starbucks during all his life, during years and years and years, because this person will come back and come back and come back and always pay new coffee on Starbucks. And it's the same for your business. If your client pay you only one time 1,000 pesos, it's not good. It's better if this person pay you 1,000 pesos, then 2,000 pesos, then again and again and again and again. For example, every 3 months, this person pay you again. And you have to create strategies to make clients come back. Exactly what I said earlier, for example, with a follow-up, but it can be also things like people can get promotion if they come many times to your shop. They can have less on the price. And also you can try to make upsell. For example, if you're a flower shop, you can also sell chocolate sweets with the flowers. So you up the price that people pay. They wanted to buy only flowers, but they need also chocolate. And you also sell chocolate, so you can sell a bit more. Now, let's see how to optimize your profile to sell with 3 examples. The examples are on Instagram, but it's the same on every social media. So you can look at this profile. What is good is a very short name. It's this because for the research, people can search content marketing and they will find his profile. Then, what is good also is he have a specific target. Creators who make business, so business-driven creators, is specific on who he targets, who is his specific clients, and there is a clear benefit. It's to reach $30,000 per month without headache. It's the benefit of his service. And then there is a clear call to action. You can see here, call to action to click on the link. It's very important. So clear call to action, clear benefit, and clear target. It's a very good profile. Then we have a fat loss coach. Same here. When people search fat loss coach, they will find his profile, so it's very good. Then there is a really clear benefit, helping busy parents lose fat without giving up their fave food, I guess. There is social proof, more than 150 transformation, so social proof, it's very good. And then also a call to action, plus a link. So same, it's a very good profile you can take inspiration of. So clear promise, benefits, social proof, and call to action to click on the link. Now, something extremely important you have to do is to click on the link in the description, the first link. It's a Notion. Notion is simply a document you can duplicate to create your offer and your target. Even if you have already a business, please answer every question I put in this document. You need to do it to have a clarified situation on your business. And to duplicate the document, it's only up and right. As you can see on laptop, it's there and it's the same on phone. You just have to click on duplicate and it will duplicate the document. Maybe you believe you are not good in sales, but no worries, I will make you the best seller of your city. First, you have to understand the 2 types of prospects. There is the bad potential client, they have a low level of pain, they don't really want to buy something, so you have to delete all these people. And you have the good client, they have a real problem and they have a real pain in their daily life. they have a burning problem in their life. The problem is to pay something is painful also. If I have to pay, imagine 10,000 pesos for something, it's a bit painful because I worked for it. So you have to make the pain of the problem bigger than the pain of the price they will pay. So if the pain is like this, you can see that it's impossible to sell because the pain of paying is higher. But if you succeed to make the pain of the client higher than the pain of paying, then the person will pay you and you will make a lot of money. So your goal is to create a lot of pain and to remind to the prospect all the pain he have or she have in his life. How to do it? You have to do it through two types of question. The two types of question, it's the question of type 1. Type 1, it's a question someone can answer instantly by yes or no, for example. Does it make sense? Yes or no? Does everything seem perfect to you? Yes or no? Do you think it will work for you? Yes or no? Are you more in thinking pattern 1 or thinking pattern 2? This one or this one? And this is the type of question you ask only at the end of a call, when you call a client to sell something. As you can see, the question type 1, it's only on this part of the call, only at the end, when you try to make the prospect confirm that they need your solution. But at the beginning of the call, you need to go deep in the pain of your client, of what they hate in their situation. And this is why I show this. You go very deep, and your goal is to make the prospect duped about himself. His pain, his situation, it should look like this in his mind during a call. And you have to avoid to create doubt about you. This is why during most of a sales call, you don't even try to sell. You see, from 0 to 40 minutes, you don't even try to sell anything. It's only at the end that you finally show your solution and you ask type 1 question like, does it make sense for you? Do you think it can really help you to get the result you want? Yes or no? Only at the end. And what most people do is they believe that a good salesperson is someone who try to convince someone. But if you try to convince someone too much, the prospect have a lot of doubt about you. But if the prospect have too much doubt about you, he will never buy, never. And this is why you have to create doubt about himself with questions like, since how much time do you live this situation? What pain you in this situation? Questions like this. And also ask them to tell you stories about what they live in their everyday life that pains them in the deep of their heart. Now, the three important things to understand when you do a sales calls is first the frame. You have to control the conversation. You are the leader of the conversation. You are the one who asks the questions. You are in a call to ask a lot of questions to a client, not to just talk because you are not with a friend. You don't have to be friendly. You have to be a good psychologist. I ask a lot of questions. Second, you have to get a deep understanding of the situation of your client. You don't have to ask only one question on a subject. If you know it's a real problem of your client, you have to ask at least 10 questions very deep about how the client feels about it. If you don't have this level of understanding, then it will be harder for you to sell. And last thing is your energy. If your potential client feels you are confident, calm, you have power in your voice, you speak slowly and you have charisma, then it will be really easier for them to trust you. So frame controls the conversation, understanding deeply of the client, and then energy so that you are calm and confident. Now I will show you how I manage a sales call in the good way with all my advice and mistakes to avoid. So a call is only in first step. The first step of a call is the rapport and commitment. It's hi, how are you? Where are you from? Second is the framing. The framing is to get the understanding and the consent of the client that This goal is to ask them a lot of questions and explore their situation. The clients have to say yes to the fact you will ask a lot of questions to them to try to find the solution for them. The third step is diagnosis. You will ask a lot of questions, as we said, to go very deep in their situation. The prospect must feel that you fully understood their situation. If you didn't, the prospect will never trust you. And they must agree 100% with what you tell them about their own situation. And the last step is the temperature. It's you verify if the prospect is qualified, is someone that can really go to your offer. So the prospect need an high certainty with what we showed you earlier with the question type 1, like does it make sense for you? In a sales call, you have to be like this. You have to go vertical in only one problem extremely deeply. So you go to only one specific problem and then you go horizontal, which means you try to show to the client that this only one problem destroys everything. Their money, their family, their relationship. You have to go extremely deep and in every important subject of their life. Now you need to understand the 3 rules of the opening of a sales call. The first rule is the 90-second rule. In less than 90 seconds to 3 minutes maximum, you have to understand perfectly the big problem of the prospect. Yeah, in less than 90 seconds. And how do you do it? You will ask a deep questions. What is a deep question? It's a very specific questions about the challenge of the person. So a bad question will be not really specific. What is your biggest challenge in your business? A very specific question will be what is your biggest challenge to get client through short form content in your business? You have to be very specific in this question about a challenge. And then you have to avoid to talk too much about past or about future. Try to be focused on the current situation of your client. Now I will give you the easy steps to grow on social media. First, you have to attract the good people because it's easy to become famous, but you want to become famous with people who are ready to pay you and to invest in you. So you have to ask yourself before to publish a content, does my perfect client feel concerned with my content in the first 3 seconds? If I were my perfect client, would I stop on my own content? What does this content make people feel? Does this content make stronger my positioning, the positioning of my business? Is there at least one line, one sentence in my content that people would want to share? Am I bringing a new perspective or something new in this content? Have I removed everything boring from my content? Is my call to action aligned with the emotion of my content and my specific target? Your target is basically your perfect client. Would I pay 5,000 pesos to be able to promote this kind of content? Without call to action, would this content still make people want to buy from me? Does my tone build authority? Does it create a sense of desire or lack for my client? Does it position me as the natural best option if my clients want to pay a service like mine? Now you have to verify if your hook is good. Your hook have to grab attention in the first 5 words of your content. It contains emotionally charged or surprising words. For example, the word scam or cry, it's very strong word, so it attracts attention. Does it use proven technique like controversy, curiosity, belief gap, knowledge gap, shocking, stats? Introduced emotional tension like fear, frustration, mistake, dilemma, and is it a good topic that is easy to explain and that you explain well in this content? You also need a clear structure, hook, value, call to action, as we saw earlier. Now, if you want to earn your first 1,000 followers and first clients, you have to focus on short videos like Reels, TikTok, and try to post at least 2 times a day. More you post, more you have chance to become famous and to get a content which explodes and make millions views. Then you have to consume only content of your niche. You have to follow the content of your competitors. You have to click not interested on unrelated content to train your algorithm to show you only content about your business. If you sell coffee, you have to follow content about coffee. Always save competitors' videos for inspiration later. You have to analyze all your competitors' top posts, their views, their hooks, their subjects, their format. You have to recreate the top 20% of their posts with your own twist, like your own story, your own style. You have to keep it simple. Just replicate what works and try to follow at least 50 competitors from your niche that are selling similar products as yours. And finally, try to engage consistently. Try to contact every new follower and to talk to your followers to understand them more. And you have literally no excuse because I give you for free all my templates to find a lot of powerful hooks for social media and powerful content ideas. You just have to explain and AI will automatically give you a lot of ideas of content that you could make. Let's see that. As you can see, extremely fast, I can get a lot of content ideas with very good templates. But you have the same for curiosity hook and the same for storytelling hook ideas. Now maybe you ask yourself how to talk with clients. You ask me to talk with clients, but what should I say? At first, I recommend you to be very polite, to say, hey, first name, hope I'm not bothering you. So you show that you don't really want to bother anyone. And then you have to frame the conversation. I'm reaching out because I talk with someone with this problem and I would like to understand you more. Mind if I ask you a few questions about it? And then you try to understand the biggest challenge of the person and to see if you can really help this person. So what I recommend you is to really try to help someone, to be very curious and to be very polite in your messages. Something amazing you have in Philippines is if you work alone and for yourself, you can choose to be sole proprietor business. So you create a business, sole proprietor, and you will have only 8% flat income tax if you make less than 3 million pesos a year. So you can make 2 million to 3 million pesos a year and have only 8% tax on your income. You just have to choose the 8% flat income tax because you can choose different level of tax for this type of business. I'm not an expert, but it's a very good opportunity to start a business. Now let's see together how you can become 3 times more productive during your day. The first step is to access the flow state, the ultimate state of productivity. You have to remove your flow blockers. What is a flow blocker? It's, for example, your phone, your notifications, every little thing that make you not able to focus in your daily life. If every morning you just open your phone and you scroll on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you answer to your messages, you won't be able to focus. Every morning you have to work without to touch your phone. Or if you use your phone to work, then don't look at your notification. Put the do not disturb mode and never look at your conversations the morning. Second, you have to condition your brain. You need to train your mental abilities to keep focus for hours in a specific task. So your goal every time you start a task is to not only do it during 5 minutes, but try to do it during many hours with a perfect focus. Do not do multitasking. Focus only on one task. And if possible, on one task which can give you a lot of result. You want to focus on the task which will attract clients and sell to clients. The last step is to trigger the flow. You need to have a clear goal and you need a good balance between skills and challenge. If your goal now is to make, for example, 1 million pesos, but you never tried to do business, first try to set as a goal 100,000 pesos. It's a smaller goal because you have to do step by step. If your goal is too big, it will be too stressful for you. So you should better do something a little smaller at first, which is more related to your level of skills currently. Now let's see some productivity technique very useful in your life. First, the 2-minute rule. If a task takes you less than 2 minutes to do, then you should start this task now. Second, touch it once technique. When you start a task, you have to try absolutely to finish it before you stop it. Because if you start a task and then you stop it and then you have to restart but you procrastinate, it's not a good thing. You have to finish a task you started. Another technique is the batching. Batching is doing all the similar tasks in all-in-one. When, for example, you will start to create content, you will create all your content for 1 week and then you will schedule this content in advance. So you will take, for example, 2 hours of work to make all your content of 1 week. Then you have to maximize your value by eliminating every waste, the useless task, and anything that reduces your efficiency. You have to maximize the amount of money you can earn from 1 hour of work. Set very smart goal. So specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-specific goals. Clear goals is the first step to reach your goals. Another technique I love is eat the frog. You have to start with the hardest task in the morning, because if you start with easy task, you tend to avoid the very important task that you are lazy to do. For example, I hate honestly to shoot myself in video, but it's often what I do in the morning because I know that it asks me a lot of energy to do it, so I do it first before to do easier tasks. Some lessons from the most famous productivity books is focus on only one thing. Productivity comes from focusing exclusively on one task and one thing rather than multitasking and losing your energy in everything. Second, you have to focus on what really matters. If your goal is to make a lot of money, then focus on only tasks that can earn you money, attract clients like marketing, create content, and sales, like doing more sales calls with your future client. And third book is Essentialism by Greg McKeown. Your goal is to remove all the obstacles that make you not able to reach your goals. If you see, for example, that your bad friends are your obstacle, then you have to delete this bad friend from your life to reach your goals. And the last advice I can give you is from Atomic Habits. You should make your good habits easy and your bad habits hard. For example, I was a bit addicted to listen to music with headphones, and what I did is I literally put my headphone in a trash. So I can't use it because it's literally on the trash. And I stopped to use it, not because I wasn't addicted, but because I made the bad habit impossible. Now this video will turn into an honest conversation between you and me. The first thing I want you to understand is there are thousands or millions of people with exactly the same goal as you. Take care of your family, become rich, have the liberty to travel the world. Everyone wants these things. But just plan in your mind is not enough if you do nothing. This is why execution and action is what you have to do every day. And when I say this, I don't talk about work every day, because discipline and work is literally what everyone does. Everyone works, everyone is a bit disciplined, everyone works hard, but it's not enough. You have to work hard in the difficult thing, in the good actions. And for this, I have something that happened to me in my past. I started my business and during many years, it didn't really work. I didn't really attract clients, or it was very small amount of money, so I was still in my parents' house. And the reason actually was I was working so hard, 10 hours a day or even 12 hours a day I was working. But I was working on the wrong things. I was modifying my website, I was focusing on everything wrong, everything easy for me because I was shy to talk to clients. But actually, if instead of focusing on things like change my logo, change my website, I just call clients, I can swear I was already able to make money. And I worked already hard. but I just don't work on the good thing. And maybe some of you watching me, you are working so hard. So you say to yourself, I work hard, it's good, I will succeed soon. But try to really think. Do you really work hard in the good things? Do you really work smart and hard? Because both are important. And the people who make a lot of money, they are able, for example, in one day to make a video YouTube, to talk to 100 clients. And when I talk about actions, it also means huge actions, especially in volumes. For example, you try to get clients by contacting people. Some people, they will contact one person and they will give up. Some people, they will contact 10 persons and they will give up. Some people, they will contact 100 people and they will give up. Some people, they will contact 1,000 potential clients and they will give up. And some other people will contact 1,000 potential clients per day, every single day. It's the same if you have an Instagram account with already 300 conversations started. Then you have 300 people you can follow up. And you have to do it not in 1 week, not in 1 month, not in 1 year. No, you have to follow up everyone in 1 day, in only few hours. This is why I call real actions. And I know it's hard, but this is how you can have results. The second thing you have to understand is that business is number. I mean, you have the lead, the prospect, it's the potential clients, and you have the clients. That's all. So if you take your number of potential clients and you know your number of clients, you know your conversion rate from lead client. And then you just have to take the amount of money one client pay you in average to know exactly how much you earn for one potential client. And one potential client, it can be a call. It can be just a follower. It can be someone who likes your content. You can calculate this thing different way. But what is interesting is, let's say, for now you make 1 pesos per view. So you make 10,000 views, you make 10,000 pesos in money, in clients. So now if you try focusing on making higher revenue for 1 view, for example, let's say 10 pesos per view, and you make the same amount of view, then you are making 100,000 pesos for 1 video of 10,000 views. And this is exactly how it works. You just have to grow your lead, your potential clients, and you have to grow your conversion rate from this prospect to clients. This should be your only focus in business. The bad client. For example, someone who wants to lower your price. Someone who don't want to do anything, even if you try to coach this person so hard. About bad clients, people think, I should accept all the money people want to pay me, I accept. No, you should refuse some clients, especially if you have a business like coaching or agency, because the bad clients will take you so much energy that is actually so wrong to try to accept this kind of people. Accept only people who see your value and that you can really help. You don't need the money of everyone, you just need the money of few people who really want to pay you for what you can learn to them or do for them. If I take my example, I need only 1 client a month and I can live very comfortably in Philippines. You can do exactly the same, especially if you sell like me outside Philippines. And I want to insist on one point. It's also the fact for foreigners, most foreigners at least, it's very easy to invest 100,000 pesos. It's literally the price you can ask to any foreigner. And for them it will be low because most people in foreign countries will ask, for example, 200,000, 300,000. So if you're a Filipino and you have skills, the same skills as a foreigner, then a foreigner will pay you because you are a bit less expensive for the same quality of work as a non-Filipino. Another thing I notice is it's extremely rare to see a Filipino restaurant. Because if you look at Japanese food, Indian food, Korean food, any nationality, even French food, you can see a lot of restaurants of this nationality. But if you look in other countries, there is almost no Filipino restaurant. I swear, in my country I never saw one, same in America, same in Italy, same in Thailand. Only in Malaysia I saw one Filipino restaurant, but it was because it was a Filipino street. So I think it shows a lot that a lot of Filipinos, they count mostly on studies and in the fact to find a regular job. But if you're in Philippines, it's almost impossible to become rich like this, except people who are in business like sales or very high-level jobs in Philippines. And I'm sorry, I really don't want to be disrespectful, but I feel like a lot of you have a lot of excuses, like there is a bit of corruption in the government, and I know it's true, even in my country also, but still, the government corruption is not about you. You, in person, you can make money. The corruption don't change anything about this, and as I showed you earlier, you almost don't have tax when you start self-business to be self-employed. So you should try at least, try to make money. Before to say, oh no, I think it's impossible because this, because I come from a poor family, because I don't have time, because I don't have money to invest. You don't even need to invest. Most of the tools you need for business, they have a free subscription, which means you don't even have to pay to start this business. Systemio, I will put you the link under. It's a tool you can use to sell for free. Literally, you can use this tool for free. So you can literally start your business without investing any money. I'm the first person who say it's important to invest. But if today you have nothing to invest, then invest nothing and start with your effort, with your time, with the fact you try to work very smart and smarter than other people in your industry. Another thing I recommend you now is to create a checklist in a notebook. This notebook, honestly, I think we can see the price somewhere. It was only 99 pesos, so not a big investment, and it's something powerful because this book is actually magic. Everything I write on this book, it's a contract with myself. So there is different things. There is some parts, it's a kind of letter to myself to motivate myself. I say, hi Clem, it's yourself. It's the last time you will live this day, so make sure that this day counts. I beg you. People who doesn't believe in you was right. You are a liar, you are not capable, you are not worthy. I write these kind of things to motivate me, and I read this every morning. Then there is also positive affirmation. Positive affirmation for productivity. My environment have no distraction. I can enter the flow effortlessly. I respect my productivity. I'm the master of my own brain. Nothing can stop me when I work. And I did exactly the same to read before a sales call. When I'm about to call a client to try to sell something, I read this. I'm full of confidence, curiosity, and I'm convinced about my product. I know that my product is amazing. My way to talk is very slow, very calm, in serenity, and my client can feel I'm honest. This is literally a cheat code. If you make this kind of contract with yourself and you read it every day, I can swear that you can reach your goals. I made it for productivity, I made it to motivate me, and I made it also for before my sales calls. But you, depending on your business, imagine you have a coffee shop, then you can have a checklist how to be with the client. So be very smiley, be someone who say hi to every client, something like this. And you make sure to read this before every time you will work with clients. And your clients will see, wow, you have an amazing energy, just because you read this before to remind yourself how you should treat your clients like queen and kings. Probably you know it also, but you have to delete from your life all the people, even virtually, that are around you. I don't talk about only your friends. I talk also about who you follow on social media. I see so much people, they are too much focused on stars, on famous people. It's almost like famous people are more important for you than yourself. So unfollow all the famous people who give you nothing positive in your life. Follow only people who give you advice, really sincerely help you in your life to learn new things that are helpful. For example, I recommend you to follow this YouTube channel and to follow me also on Instagram. I created an Instagram account for what I call the Fortune Filipino. Maybe I will change this name. But the goal of this account is to help Filipino to make more money and know more about money, wealth, these kind of things. So please follow me and maybe one day we could make this project very big. For now, it's only a free course I offer to help people and also to avoid that people always asking me, oh, Clem, can I have money? Can I have money? Can I have money? Can I have money? Stop to ask money to others, just learn to make money yourself. So now I will send this video also to all these people. And now you too, you can send this video to other people. I recommend you to send it to literally everyone around you. If you know that this video will help people to be more productive, more efficient, to make more money, then send it, please. It will help me a lot because I spend so much time on this video. Also, a concept very interesting that you should know is that people often buy after 7 hours seeing your content or your ads. So when you create content on social media, it's clearly easier to make people spend 7 hours with you. This is why I recommend always people to create content. Because when you create content, people start to trust you. It's a bit like, for example, if an homeless asks you money, just like this, please money, money, you will maybe give 5 pesos. But this time, if it's not really an homeless or if this person is singing and playing guitar in the mall, like dun, 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 and you hear this person during 20 minutes while you are eating, then maybe you will give 100 pesos. So it's 20 times more pesos just because you spent time with this person and you connected a bit with this person. So always try to connect with the people before to sell anything. And this is also what I recommended in my part, about sales call. I said during the 30 to 40 first minute of the call, you don't sell anything. You just try to understand your potential client. Also, if you already have a business, please level up your price. For example, I was in the laundry of my condo recently, and they told me I have to wait 4 days before to get my laundry clean. And I was like, okay, the price was something like 100 and I don't know how much pesos. And I was like, okay, but maybe if they add to the price 50 to 100 pesos more, maybe they would have a bit less clients, so more satisfied clients, and they would have more money because they still have a similar amount of clients, but their price is clearly higher. I know that sometimes when you are on something like people use often, you are like, no, I want to keep a very low price. But in this case, is it really good for people if you keep very low price and then people have to wait 4 days? No. If you level up your price, people will get faster laundry and they will be happy to pay, I don't know, 50 pesos more just to get a bit faster laundry, and you, for every client, you will earn 50 pesos more. So maybe if you have, let's say, 10 clients a day, and it can be a lot more, 10 clients a day, it will be 500 pesos more per day, because 50 more in the price. For 10 days, it will be 5,000 more, and for 1 month, it will be 15,000 more in profit for your business. Literally, it's almost you can pay one other employee for your business just because you just a little level up your price. And maybe some people will say, oh, I don't like, you are wrong, but we talk business in this video. We don't talk about social, like help people. No, if your business have a lot of clients already, you can level up your price a bit. But only in this case, if you see that you have no clients, maybe you can keep normal price, but never undervalue yourself. If you sell to foreigners and you sell something at 10,000 pesos, you are completely wrong. For foreigners, 10,000 pesos is literally nothing. It's almost like if they go to restaurants. And I don't think the value of your service is only the price of a good restaurant. Also, something very hard for people, and I think even more in Philippines, is you don't want to make people mad. What I mean by this is, especially if you create content on social media, you want to please everyone, literally everyone. But your goal as a business owner is to please only the people you target. So actually, a good content should make mad the people who are not in your target, in your perfect client type. And I recommend you to create content which really will make so angry the people who are not in your target. This is how you should look your content, because if it's not like this, you will attract anyone. And if you attract anyone, it will be very hard for you to sell anything. Also, try to make everything simple. As I told you earlier, before I was always focused on modifying a little thing on my website during months and months and months and months and months, or changing a bit my logo because this one looked better. And finally, I was never focusing on really making money. The easy way was just to call clients. So you don't have to think too much about, oh, I will make something very hard, very difficult, and this will work. No, business is simple. And if what you do can't attract you more than one client a day, then probably it's wrong. I said one client, maybe at least one potential client a day. What you do should attract clients or potential clients every single day. If it's not, then probably what you do is wrong or you make it bad. Something related to this also is you have to switch your energy. Someone who is good in sales and good at attracting money is someone who speaks slowly and clearly. Maybe it's a bit hard for me because English is not my first language, but you have to follow this kind of rules. You have to speak slowly, you have to speak very clearly, you have to try to get a good posture every time, you have to always show yourself very calm and feeling very good. Because even if business is numbers, energy is also very important, because it's so obvious for your potential client if you are someone honest or no, if you are someone confident or no, if you are someone who speaks slowly, who have charisma or no. Some tasks will make you 100 pesos per hour, but you have to focus on tasks that could make you 100,000 pesos per hour. Try always to think, what task can make me money at the end of the day? And what task can make me the more money possible at the end of the day? And focus mostly on this task specifically. Also, some people have a problem with sales, selling something, because you feel like, I steal money to someone. No. Selling is an act of love to your prospect, to your potential clients. Because your client, as we saw, have a problem. He wants to change this problem. Change his mentality, change his knowledge, or change maybe his mental state. So you just give a solution to this problem. And selling is only helping a person who have a problem to change their life, to make their life better. If you make someone's life better, it's okay if they pay you a bit of money because they value what you will give. So try to give a lot of love to your client. You should talk to your client like you talk to your parents. Because if you really love your clients will feel it, that you are there to help them. And in your energy, it will switch something that will make people believe you instantly. Now remember for your content that you have to create walls between you and your competitors. You have to become unique compared to your competitor. It's the purple cow. Imagine you see a lot of cow everywhere, but one of these cow is purple. Which one will you look at? Sure, the purple cow. So you have to create these walls, but how do you create this wall between your competitor and you, who are far better and far more unique than your competitor? First, there is a wall of time. you spend more time on your content than your competitor. For example, I spent many days on this video, so if I was selling something, it will be very good because most people don't have the time or are lazy to spend so much time and so much effort to make one YouTube video. If you make more effort than your competitor, then you stand out automatically. Second is intellectual wall. If you think better than your competitor, if you give new perspective, if you give new personal experience to your clients, then people will say, wow, this guy tell me something I never heard before. His point of view is very unique. And this is how you create a wall of brain. It's not trying to be smarter. It's trying to be unique in the way you show things and new perspective to people. There is also the wall of relationship. If you have a stronger relationship with your audience and your potential clients, then people will always prefer you because relationships are so important in business. If you build really strong relationship with your clients and future clients, then people will trust you automatically. And then there is also the wall, audacious wall. You try to take risk. You do what your competitor don't want to do because they are scared. For example, you can go in the street and interview people. There is, for example, in France, a YouTuber who go to rich people and will say, what made you rich? Can you give me one advice that made you rich? And it's very risky. Like when you are shy, you're like, oh, I'm scared to go to see very rich people and to ask them personal questions like this. But this guy did it and he got a very famous YouTube channel. So when you take risk, the market rewards it most of the time. Also, maybe you think, yeah, but I'm not perfect, and I'm not beautiful, and I don't have a beautiful place to make videos or make content. But you don't need to make beautiful content. You can make very ugly content if your content has value. Value, remember, it's a change. So change of mental state, change of mentality, and change or change of knowledge. Then your content can be good. Your content just have to change something inside the brain of the people watching it and to attract attention with a very strong hook. You can literally just take your camera and start to talk exactly like this. You can see me. Literally, I'm not in a perfect place. Okay, my place is okay, but it could be better. And just I take a video like this. Probably it's not perfect, but it has a lot of value for you listening to me today. Also, what is very good with business is it's actually very simple. As I told you, it's only potential client who pay you, and the lifetime value of this client, how much they pay you during all their life as a client for you. So the only thing you can have as a problem, it can be a problem to attract potential clients, a problem to convert clients, or a problem to level up your lifetime value. It's only the three problems you can have in business. You don't have any more problem. And if you want to attract clients, most of the time you just have to create more content or to make more volume. Send 1,000 emails in a day, for example. If you don't convert enough, either you are bad in sales, either the people of your potential clients don't really trust you, and you have to create this trust through, for example, client testimonials. And if your clients don't come back after they came one time to your offer or your product, you have to try maybe to create upsells or to create something like promotion for people who come many times to the same product or offer. Remember, the fastest way to make money is to make yourself more valuable. More you have value, knowledge in yourself, more people will be ready to pay you. But have the value in yourself is sometimes not enough, and this is why you have to create content. When you create content, thousands and sometimes millions of people can see your value. And when people see your value, they are ready to pay you. And more they see you are valuable, higher they are ready to pay you to change their life and to change their pain into calm. If you see you are bad in sales, learn sales. If you see you are bad in marketing, learn marketing. You have a lot of good points in this video, and I recommend you to watch this video many times to understand everything. but don't hesitate to buy course, or if you can't buy, to watch a lot of other English videos about it to learn more about how to sell. Maybe currently you watch me from a province. You are in a small home in the mountain or near to the sea, not in a big cities, and honestly we don't care about where you live. If you speak English, then you can sell online. If you are good in marketing, then you can sell a product or a service. By the way, I'm always amazed of the English of Filipinos, because in my country, people talk so bad in English, and you can see it's very hard for me to pronounce words well. But in Philippines, almost everyone have a very good English, at least in talking. So you can try to perfect your English, and I swear, when you talk English, you can sell to anyone in the world. You just have to be good in attracting clients. But to attract clients, you need execution, action, and speed. Money loves speed. So you need a daily minimum. For example, before, I say to myself, I have to create at least one video per day. And literally every day I create one video. I did it during 2 years. 2 years. So slowly I built my community from this. And to be honest, the first 2 months, it didn't work. But when I started to make things seriously, it started to work. And because I was consistent, I never stopped. I now make money very easily from the content I published a few years ago, because every day I say to myself, I have to publish one video every day. So do the same every day. You have to make actions to attract more clients in your business. I said you are paid because you are valuable, but not only. Because you have to prove that you are valuable, and for this you have to show a lot of testimonial, a lot of proofs that you are really able to change the life of your client. And sometimes people don't even have a marketing problem, they have mostly an attention problem, because no one sees what they do, especially in social media. So you have to polarize. People should hate you. People who are not in your target, as we said. If you can't pull attention and a little bit of hate, then you will never attract clients. Nothing makes more money than the truth. So when you talk to a client, be extremely honest. And same, in your videos, be extremely honest like me. I know that maybe some of the things I do or I say, you're like, oh, I hate this guy say very bad things, or I don't have the same opinion. But it's okay. If you're open in mind, you will understand. And if your mind is closed, then it's okay. It's good for me. Maybe you will comment bad comment, but this comment will make me famous. So it's good for me. Marketing is actually very simple. You just have to say something true, to say it very boldly, and to say it again and again in different ways. Business is very hard, to be honest, because it requires to have a lot of honesty in yourself. When you look at yourself, you have to be honest, to say, yes, it is my fault. Yes, what I did was bad. If it was good, I would have results. I deserve the amount of money I earn. So if I earn, let's say, 20,000 pesos per month, it's what I deserve. It's the truth. Because if you deserve more, why you don't earn more? You know you deserve more. So how can you say I deserve more, but you are not able to earn more? Then you have to be very honest to yourself, and every time business is solving a problem. The problem is often why this don't work. And you need always the honesty in yourself. Exactly like I didn't do in the past. In the past, as I told you, I was always doing the wrong task which don't attract clients to me. Just because it was easy task, and actually I was addicted to make useless task. But at this moment I remember I was really like, I work on my business, I'm very focused, I'm very productive. No, I had to be very honest with myself. And today I want you to be honest with yourself. If your videos you publish don't work, it's your fault. If your business don't work, it's your fault also. Maybe you don't work smart enough. Maybe you don't have the skills. But if you are the type of person who is very honest about it and who try to learn how to change the problems in your business, then you will be a good business owner. But if you are not ready to try to understand the problem and to change it, then probably you won't have the result you want. Now let's reveal the ultimate marketing checklist to have the perfect marketing for your business. First, you need total identification. Your potential clients need to think, wow, this person knows me better than myself. If you know perfectly your potential client, your perfect client, then you are already better in marketing than most people. And for this, you have to fill the document that I put you there in the first link. Second, you need a clear differentiation. Your message needs to stand out from a lot of people in your competition. You need a specific method or a specific type of content which make you very unique. For example, I believe it's very rare to see very free course like this in Philippines, so automatically my content stand out, even if, again, personally, I don't have anything to sell. You need new value added. You need to bring something truly new to your industry or to your content. You took care to destroy the wall of your client. Your client have many walls of doubts, and you have to destroy these doubts because the client is not stupid. He have to have proof that you are someone he can trust. Because it's very easy to say, for example, oh, I will help you to attract more clients and make more money. But how can I prove this? This is why at the beginning of this video, I showed you many proof that I'm already famous in other countries and rich countries, and that I already make a lot of money online. You have also to ask yourself if your writing creates strong emotional reaction in your potential client. It's what I said about some people have to love you and some people have to hate you. This is what makes a good marketing. You need to make new revelation. You need to create urgency. People need to understand I have to act now, to pay this now. And for this, you have to create a lot of pain or to say that it's very limited what you sell. You have to show that you already help other people with the same situation as this person, because every potential client thinks they are unique. But if you show them you already help very similar people, then you can prove that what you do really works. You also have to adapt to the market sophistication. It's simply the fact at the beginning of a market, people are very delusional and they buy anything they see very easily. But in most markets today, people, they have a lot of doubts. They are like, I'm not sure, I'm hesitating, and I already saw exactly the same promise in other place. So you have to find a way to not make the promise that literally everyone do in your market, or no one will listen to you. You have to use the exact words of your potential clients. You have to say truths that nobody say in your market. You position yourself as the person who reveal everything about your industry. You show what is different about what you do. And again, you do a laser targeting. You have a very specific potential client. To make the pain bigger, what you can do, for example, in your sales page, you can reveal an unconscious pain. Reveal a suffering they didn't even know how to name. You have to say the cost of inaction. When the prospect, the potential client, knows they are losing a lot of things, for example, every day they are feeling so bad in their life. So you have to remind them the cost of doing nothing and staying in this life that they hate, and to show the dark future if they continue 1 year in the same situation. For the solution, I recommend you to use analogy. For example, what I do for my clients is I say, what do you prefer if you have to go to a new city? Do you prefer me to give you a map, or do you prefer me to give you a phone with a GPS which guide you step by step? Sure, everyone will answer a GPS which guide me step by step. I sell you like a GPS for your marketing. And you can use the same kind of comparison and analogy to sell for your business. You have also to answer every doubt of the person. For example, if the person say to himself, I'm not sure I will have the time to do this. You have to prove them that they have the time. This is what I did earlier when I showed that most Filipinos spend between 2 hours to 7 hours a day on a phone, and in average between 4 to 5 hours. It's literally huge, and you have the time to start a business. On this time, you are on your phone. I also recommend you to use a lot of very strong and emotional words. Build trust, it can be proven, reliable, foolproof, guaranteed, scientific, certified, ethical, concrete, precise. To create urgency, it can be expire soon, last chance, limited, first come, first served, until this date, preview, disappears soon, ending in time. To create curiosity, it can be unknown, untapped, forbidden, revealed, disturbing, unexpected, never seen before. And to create controversy, it can be shameful, discriminated, injustice, unacceptable, scam, manipulate. And this word, you can use it in your marketing, in your sales page, in your content to make better script and to talk better, to talk more emotionally for your potential client to attract more people. One of the best rules you have to understand is the rule of one. You need only one target, one specific client. You need only one offer. You don't need to sell 10,000 different things. You need only one good offer. You need one painful problem that you solve. You need one promise that your service solve. And you need at least one distribution channel. For example, it can be YouTube, it can be Facebook, it can be Instagram. It's better if you have more, but focus specifically on one. One client, one offer, one problem, one solution. Easy. And the people often think, I need one offer there, one offer there, one offer there. No. You need just one offer and to focus 100% on it. Now you have only two things to do. First, I recommend you to follow me on Instagram and to duplicate all my documents just there in the description of the video. And second, take actions. I recommend you to do batching, which means right now, if possible, you will take few hours to set your profile, to set your offer, to prepare all the things that will start your business or start to make your business more famous from today.